Most of us don't struggle with self-trust. We struggle with needing certainty.
This isn't about intuition being loud or dramatic, or not about always knowing the right move. It's about staying present without rushing certainties and just trusting that relationship with yourself. Not a decision, but just trusting and allowing yourself to feel what's right at that moment. And it's really letting the nervous system identify that this relationship with yourself is safe. Safe that, whatever decision that's supposed to be made, it's going to be made. Everything happens within its own timing. We can't force things. We can't allow things to take over our lives because we're rushing for an outcome. Why we seek certainty is certainty feels safe in the nervous system. That's been programmed through our lives. So it's a safety net that we always go back to. It's our cocoon, our home. And especially after not being stable for a while, past mistakes that's made, and just the transition of life, or just feeling guilty for something that happened, the mind just wants guarantee. And it's that action where the guarantee is what's causing the stress, because we're putting so much pressure within our body, within our nervous system, so it doesn't know how to react, so it overreacts. And the body just wants consistent. So when you keep giving your body the consistency of fight or flight, being anxious, that's what it's going to recognize. The body reacts to what we react to, because we as a soul, we plan out what's going to happen within our lives, how we're going to feel, how our day's going to go. So the body just wants consistency. So if you're giving the consistency of not feeling safe, always stressed out, always rushing, that's going to be normal. That's going to be the new norm for your body. But when you train your body to come back into peace and know that life just flows like a river, things will just be at ease because you're not putting pressure within your body, within the nervous system. And it reacts to what you react to. Certainty is a practice strategy. So just trust a practice. It's trusting yourself, trusting you know that whatever you do for the better good, it's going to benefit you in the long run, because you're deprogramming something that you have been used to for so long. And now when you're introduced to what peace really feels like, it's just practicing that every day. It's like learning to walk again, right? Learning to walk like a baby. So self-trust is not confidence or knowing the outcome. Self-trust is staying with yourself while it's uncertain. When things are uncertain, you stay to yourself. You stay rooted to who you are, because it's what you want. And I trust myself means I won't abandon myself if things change. How to build trust is just listening to your body's pace, settling down into what's regulating in a fast pace or a slow pace, and deciding what makes you feel good. Because we all have this decision, we all have this choice where we respond. Instead of reacting, we let the energy flow within our body and let our heart really tell us if that feels good or not. Because the moment you trust your own self, your body will just start speaking to you. We have this power to really heal within our own selves using the mind to direct. With Kundalini Yoga, it's just being aware. It's the yoga of awareness, and that's what I practice in my daily life, where it's opening up a consciousness and just being aware of my own body, because I'm clearing everything out of me, and I'm facing the fear, I'm facing the anger, I'm facing the things that is stopping me from growth, so I can move through life and allowing my plans to evolve into the next chapter of my life. And It's taking the next step, not the whole path, but like letting something just be unfinished. Be okay when things are not unfinished, and just choosing rest without justification. Because, you know, sometimes we feel like we want things to get done and we overexert our energy and it doesn't get done. You're putting energy that wasn't there into something that you want an outcome of. So the key is when you trust yourself and you go inward, what you're doing is you're just building extra energy. You're building an ecosystem that feels safe and that expands out within you. It's an unseen process, so I know that's why we have to trust the process. Everything is unseen, and you know, as humans, we want to see the physical results right away to trust it. The key is just surrendering and letting the process of self-trust unravel itself. And trust grows in small moments, not in a big duration. So we can't expect something big to happen right away and be disappointed. It's a process that you're building within you because you're deprogramming something you were used to into something of now, and this now can graduate to your future self, and that's creating your authentic energy. Is you were able to create it in this moment of now so that you can carry it on to your future self, which is in the next minute, the next 5 minutes, the next day. When you stop chasing certainty, there's less pressure. You're more present with the body and you're just more flexible. You're just gonna be okay with when things don't go right, you're gonna be okay with that. And you're gonna have less self-judgment because, you know, we as humans, we tend to judge ourselves because if there's no result or if things aren't happening right now in our favor, the first thing we grab to is judging ourselves because we feel we're not enough, we feel we're not worth. And the decisions become easier when you stop chasing certainty. You don't need certainty to move forward, you just need regulation. And that regulation is just a sequence that you build, a program every single day to trust yourself, to trust that everything will all work out the way it's supposed to work out. And I always look at life where every rejection is a redirection in my life. And that's how I always look at life, because it creates this momentum of keeping an optimistic energy or an optimistic mind that I can continue, that I know everything's gonna work out in the alignment of when it's gonna work out. I've learned that not needing certainty to move forward is just trusting the uncertainty because it's something that, you know, we all go through. No one's picture perfect. That's why we come here into this world to experience life, and one of the experiences is having challenges. And the challenges really becomes a gift. It becomes your teacher. And the moment you can learn from it, this is when you outgrow yourself. And this is when expansion comes. This is when you can create and you can have fun doing it. And that's one of the mantras I've got since the last 8 years by a spiritual teacher was create, expand, and just have fun doing it. And that's what we are allowed to do. Because, you know, when we want to control our lives, we forget that life should just be fun. Life should be just trusting every outcome and using the rejection as a redirection. It's just shifting the mindset to know that you're going to be okay. Life is always going to happen. I always say, you know, life is lifing, and it's a part of it. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of creating this book that you are writing with each chapter. And it's a chapter that you can share, or you can help someone with the wisdom that you obtain because you experienced what you went through. And that's the gift of giving back. Is it doesn't have to be a physical gift. You can give back from the mind, the direction of what you went through, and see how it can benefit someone else by inspiring them to go on with life, or just giving people hope when there's no hope. You know, be the example, be the inspiration. I'm inspired to be inspired. And it's something that I had to learn along the way through my journey is, you know, if things don't work out, let's just shift. Let's just figure out how we're gonna move through this pressure life and with more flexibility and just going with the flow and really just sinking back within yourself and just letting the life reveal itself. Trusting yourself doesn't mean you won't change your mind. It just means you'll just stay with yourself when you do it.